You want the hardest pill to swallow in the field of psychedelic science, ethnobotany, and the exploration of consciousness? The science is not going to save us. The science has been conclusive for the past 70 years. There is a reason that psychedelic science has been kept in the coat closet of academia for so long. It's because these compounds are capable of changing the world. These compounds, if put in the right place, could absolutely restructure the fabric of our reality. We could get rid of the egomaniacs, the narcissists, and the psychopaths in positions of power. We could actually invite God into the conversation, but they choose to keep it on a leash. That's what psychedelic science is. It's a leash. We don't need a dog on a leash. We need to set these dogs free. How do we do that? Think about food. There are so many technical experts in the field of food, so many chefs who are absolutely skilled and masterful, and I don't know a single one of their fucking names. And they haven't introduced me to anything outside of my own knowing in my entire fucking life. But you know who did? Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain introduced many of us to all of these different dishes from around the world and the culture attached and associated with them. He brought us into the fold. Anthony Bourdain was an icon that changed the way we experience eating food in different cultures. And guess what? He's not a fucking expert. He would have been the first to tell you he is not an expert. He is a chef from fucking New York. He is not an expert, okay? We don't need fucking experts. We don't need science. We don't need fucking academia. What we need is icons. We need an iconoclast. We need someone who can come through here and stand up. We need the Ram Dasses. We need the Timothy Learys. We need a Terence McKenna of our generation. And I think we're going to find them. I think as long as we keep searching, we'll find them. You know, Terence McKenna used to say, go on and find the others, right? That's what we need to do. We need to organize because this system of propaganda, which has put academia in the coat closet, does not want these medicines to be seen, felt, heard, or valued by you or I. They don't want it in the public lexicon because it threatens the very systems they've created to maintain power and control over us. But the jig is up. We don't need psychedelic science. We don't need to keep pushing this bullshit narrative that the science is going to free psychedelics from the cage they've been put in. No, the science just builds the cage up more. There has been irrefutable evidence for the past 70 years for the efficacy of psychedelics in all sorts of issues. But here's the one thing that they don't talk about, the one thing that overshadows. This isn't about the science. This is about your ability to connect with something greater, connect with God. What these psychedelics are supposed to do is give you agency. When you have agency, you stop giving a fuck about what other people say. You say, no, I can do anything. I can create anything. I'm a powerful mind. And my mind is just as capable and powerful as the other people in this reality. We can't continue to let them put us in the coat closet of academia. We have to step out of the science and step into the culture. We need change. We need to stop worshiping symbolism and we need to interface with these technologies. That's the only answer moving forward. Anything else is utter bullshit. So. You feel that, bro? Just think about that. The one thing that you can do, because a lot of people, they hear something like this and they're like, fuck, well, what do I do? I'm not the fucking icon. We can all be icons in our own right. Be the person who changes your family's perspective on psychedelics. Be the person who tells the old lady at the grocery store. Especially if you're fucking normal, dude. If you're a normal person, I have a fucking throat tattoo. I got a beard. I've done a bunch of psychedelics. But I also have 6 kids. I also have a nice home. And I live in a community. And when I talk to people who are average, normal people about psychedelics, they're always baffled. They're always like, wow, I had no clue. Of course you had no clue. And I don't talk to them about the science. I talk to them about God. I talk to them about the mystery of experience and being human. You and your testimony will change the world. You can be an icon. We need micro icons. We need macro icons. We need icons. That's what's going to help us win this culture war. It's a war of propaganda. I mean, look at the Epstein shit, dude. They got this on fucking lock, dude. The government is in control of the information, but in this day and age, we have this. We can talk to each other through the ether. We can talk to each other through this microcosm of the universe. What a gift. So I'm here to say to you, we don't need science. We need icons. Anyway, much love, guys. Go ahead if you want to support this message. Please go ahead, subscribe, all that jazz. Let's push this message out there. People need to know. We don't need the science. We need fucking icons.